Kyle Busch paid $10.4 million into a tax-free retirement strategy. And according to the lawsuit, he allegedly lost $8.58 million. And this wasn't a market crash. This wasn't bad luck. This was an engineering failure. And here's the part almost no one knows. Using the same $10.4 million, Kyle could have built one of the most efficient tax-free retirement engines available. And I'm going to show you exactly how I would have structured it using a design very few advisors ever show to their clients. But first, let's look at what the lawsuit says went wrong. Hello, my name is Robert Balgac. I'm the founder and CEO of Black Swan Insurance Group. Since 2017, we'll help more than 20,000 families, especially small business owners without 401ks, build engineered retirement strategies using IUL. Over that time, we earned more than 800 five-star client reviews. And our guiding principle is simple. Structure first, sales pressure, never. And this video is purely educational. Kyle Busch is not involved with this video in any way. We're just reviewing public allegations and showing you how proper engineering could have changed everything. And if you would like to see what a properly structured IUL looks like for you and your business, you can click on the link below and book your tax-free wealth strategy session with me and my team. Now, let's open the hood. Kyle Busch wasn't looking for magic. He wasn't gambling. He wasn't day trading. He wanted what every entrepreneur wants: predictable, tax-free, protected income for his family and his legacy. And according to the lawsuit, the pitch he received checked every emotional box, including institutionally engineered, self-sustaining, guaranteed multiplier performance, final payments. On paper, it looked like a Ferrari. In reality, it was a high-gloss shell sitting on a frame made of mismatched parts. A design that looked fast until the moment you tried to drive it. And the lawsuit suggests that from the moment he signed off the papers, the collapse wasn't accidental. It was baked into the blueprint. So let's break down the structural flaws the lawsuit points to. And then I'll show you the exact $10.4 million design Kyle should have received. Issue number one, the design trap. One allegation in a lawsuit is that Kyle's plan kept him in an increasing death benefit setup far too long. That's like trying to build a skyscraper on top of stilts. It might look impressive, but every new floor adds instability. And leaving the death benefit increasing raises the insurer's risk, which increases cost, which reduces compounding, and suffocates the plan from the inside. And when the foundation is weak, no amount of horsepower can save the structure. Issue number two, the cost engine failure. The lawsuit alleges Kyle was placed into Pacific Life's PDX/PDX2. And let me put this plainly. This wasn't a simple IUL. It's a stack of financial parts most advisors don't fully understand. According to the lawsuit, this PDX/PDX2 layers together multipliers, buy-up charges, volatility control indices, toggle cost features, and non-guaranteed crediting formulas. That means the policy's performance depends on the moving parts the client can't see, can't measure, and can't control. Here's what it means in plain English. Illustration they gave him made PDX and PDX2 look like a Porsche. In reality, it's like a Porsche towing a trailer full of bricks, and that trailer has extra brakes, extra weight, and extra drag. The engine is powerful, but the drag crushes the performance. And here's the kicker. The lawsuit says Pacific Life reps even described multipliers as guaranteed and turnable on and off. But in reality, many of those elements are non-guaranteed. That's like telling someone they have guaranteed turbo as long as the weather cooperates and the mechanic flips the switch just right. And drag becomes deadly when urgency enters the picture, which is exactly what happened next. Issue number three, the funding and urgency. Kyle was told specific payments were final until they weren't. Then a Pacific Life executive emailed urging immediate funding due to political tax fears, not engineering logic. That's like trying to pour concrete while the ground is shaking. Urgency doesn't create stability, structure does. And the cracks deepened when the design hit the reset button at the exact moment it needed stability the most. Issue number 4, the replacement and surrender spiral. One allegation in the lawsuit is that in 2022, a 1035 exchange consumed $3.13 million of premium, $664,000 in year 1 charges, and $3.57 million in 10-year costs, and produced almost no net benefit. That's like running 20 miles, then being told to restart, but now strapped onto a 50-pound backpack. Cost resets crush compounding. So let's flip the script, because here's how the same $10.4 million should have been structured from day one. So I'll show you now the exact structure Kyle could have had using the same $10.4 million engineered for durability, liquidity, and lifelong income. The strategy I'm using is a little-known method almost no one talks about, a survivorship IUL, second-to-die design. Most advisors never show this because it requires engineering, not salesmanship. Here's why it changes everything. Same premiums, almost half of the long-term mortality cost, because it pays at second death, not first. The insurance company carries less early risk, leaving more money compounding. He compounds over both lifetimes. So if Kyle disappears tomorrow, the plan keeps working for Samantha, his wife. Samantha is younger and female, and women live longer on average, around 4.5 years, than guys. We're more risky, and that makes the entire design more efficient. Kyle's risky occupation barely matters. His flat extra charges is averaged out, and it doesn't drag the plan. And the structure becomes dramatically more stable. A longer runway to grow is exactly what large premium IULs need. This is the institutional strategy used by family offices and dynasty trusts, and it's part of the IUL world most people never see. Now let me show you exactly how I would have built Kyle's plan using this framework. Step number 1, underwrite reality, not optimism. His wife Samantha is primary insured. Kyle is the second insured. Professional race driving is really not the safest occupation out there, so he will likely get a flat rating charge until he retires, which I'm projected to be in 5 years. Could be more, I just put 5 years. But overall, this doesn't matter as much, as both of them have to die for this policy to pay out. That's going to reduce insurance costs dramatically. Step number 2, minimum death benefit, maximum cash value. We set a death benefit to the IRS minimum corridor, optimized for cash value, not commissions. Step number 3, increasing that benefit only during funding period. That's option B for 5 years, then switch to level. And that fixes the exact drag highlighted in a lawsuit. Step number 4, one capital event, but 5 clean funding years. So instead of funding $10.4 million upfront, this would have been split over 5 years, so $2.08 million over 5 years, released from a 3 to 4% premium deposit account, PDA. Predictable, calm, disciplined. This would allow the death benefit to be as low as legally possible. Step 5, conservative 5% assumptions. In this illustration, the carrier max is 6.8%. We use 5%. And allocation is going to be split 50-50 between cap and uncapped strategies. The current cap strategy tracks S&P 500 point to point at around 11% cap. And there are a couple of volatility-based uncapped indexes. And I have no idea which indexes are going to perform best in the future. So like Yogi Berra said, it's tough to make predictions, especially about the future. So we're just going to split it 50-50, capped, uncapped, and let it ride. No crazy multipliers included here. Step number 6. In year 5, he's break even. As you can see in the illustration, at 5% conservative assumptions, his accumulated cash value is $10.7 million after 5 years, while he paid in $10.4. So break even in less than year 5, that's clean, that's efficient. Step 7. At age 60, we're going to turn on the lifetime income. So the cash value at that point is projected to be $21.3 million, and his annual tax-free income, $789,000 every single year. Step 8, the alien abduction test. So if Kyle gets abducted by aliens at age 80, Samantha continues to receive $789,000 tax-free income per year for the rest of her life. If she lives to age 95, they would have been received $28.4 million tax-free. That's 36 years multiplied by $789,000. And then when she passes, their kids receive an additional $28.6 million tax-free in net death benefit. This is what real engineering produces. Same $10.4 million, completely opposite outcome. Kyle's original structure, the one that is described in the lawsuit, didn't just underperform, it collapsed under its own engineering. It created urgent funding demands, costly resets, and accelerated underperformance, ending in an alleged $8.58 million net loss. Think about that. $10.4 million in, $8.58 million gone, and a lawsuit to clean up the mess. That's not a retirement plan. That's a failure of architecture. Now compare that to what proper engineering would have produced. Same $10.4 million, same client, same timeline, same goal, tax-free income, but a completely different blueprint. The survivorship design turns the same $10.4 million into $789,000 in tax-free income every year for the rest of their lives, starting at age 60, $28.4 million tax-free if she lives to age 95, and $28.6 million left to their children, with zero funding surprises, zero urgency pressure, zero collapse risk, and no contributions after the initial $10.4 million. This isn't just a retirement plan. This is a generational wealth engine. One blueprint leads to an alleged $8.5 million loss in a courtroom battle, and the other one leads to lifelong tax-free income, long-term stability, and a legacy that outlives both. Same dollars, same human beings, same starting point. The only difference was the design. So if you're a small business owner without a 401k and you want a retirement structure built with engineering, not improvisation, you can click on the link below and book your tax-free wealth strategy session with me and my team. And remember, not what you earn, it's what you keep. Enjoy the ride.